What's going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode here on NCAA 14, and this is the Stanford Cardinals Online Dynasty, episode 82, and today we're just going to do a quick little video here, talk about this game coming up here. Is the Pac-12 Championship, number 1, Stanford taking on number 9, the USC Trojans here, and of course that game being played in San Diego. Love people in San Diego. Stay classy. But yeah, we're going to play in that game here coming up in the next episode, in episode 83. And of course, if we can win that game and then avoid getting a loss here against USC, then we'll get to play in the national championship. Cross our fingers. So a lot of stuff going on here. And of course, that's all based on our own, whatever path we can trailblaze going into this game. Now, USC, we have not played them for quite some time now. I think we played them, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comment section, but I think we played them last season in the championship game, and they had those super, as I like to call them, Kryptonian linebackers that were just great players. And they bat the ball around. I think a couple times they got an interception on us. And of course, now a lot of those guys have moved on to the NFL and are playing there, and some of them are still around. So I think 2 of them are. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, looking at some footage from that off season there, I think 2 of them stayed around for their senior year. So we have to take them on here coming up here in this game. Now, the only loss that USC had this year was against Fresno State. Surprisingly enough, 29-17. So Fresno State, tip my hat to you guys, because honestly, you guys almost beat us in our game against you guys early in the season. So there's something about Fresno State. There's something in the water there that they really want to try to do some damage against some teams like us. Of course, Spencer is their quarterback here. I'm not sure if we faced him last year. I think if we did, I honestly don't remember. Richard is their running back, who's he's just about 100 some odd yards short of being a 1,000-yard rusher this season. Of course, Carey, their top receiver, having a pretty nice season himself. So take a look here. Of course, if you see those other 2 teams lit up, that is the Lovelady Lions, played by my buddy Steve. Lovelady, and of course Taylor is the Air Force, and there you see their season so far. Of course, Taylor having only that 1 loss, and that was coming off of the battle between him and Steve, as they got to go head to head now. And the rule is, anytime someone, if two users are not in the championship game, the other 2 users have to go head to head with one another to at least get to the national championship. And of course, by the looks of it, I might be playing against the CPU once again in a tough game. This time it could be against Ohio State. So I'm kind of wishing Ohio State good luck, and I want to see them do good, but at the same time, I'm like, Ohio State, if you guys lose, I'm going to get trampled. I'm going to get my butt handed to me finally against either Taylor or Steve, because really, truly, I mean, any one of them could get it. I think, if anything, it'll probably be Steve, who, of course, has a tiebreaker over him. So, of course, but, we can't think that far ahead. We got to stay focused. We got to get ready for this game coming up here against USC. Now, they're 10-2 for the season. They're 7-1 in the conference. And, of course, there's the Arizona State, UCLA, San Diego State, Colorado, San Jose State, and Idaho. Of course, remember, we're doing that whole, two best teams in the Mountain West get brought up, brought up to the Pac-12, and then of course the worst 2 teams in the Pac-12, both teams represented from both the South and North divisions have to go to the to the Mountain West for punishment for at least 1 season, or at least for 1 season, or really truly if they can be the top 2 teams in the Mountain West. So it's kind of similar to what I'm doing right now in my own series by myself on YouTube. Definitely check it out. The link's down below. Cheap little plug real quick of that, talking about my team builder series with my Highland Scotties, which we're going to get back to here. I have been neglecting it. I know a lot of people have been asking for it, but we are going to get back to that very, very soon here, as I'm getting ready for the off season on that. And of course, we'll go head head first into the season with that one, because I got some teams I want to play against. One of them being Alabama. So there's a storyline with that and everything. But as you take a look here, we're looking at some of the players there for USC, and of course the quarterback Spencer had a great year, and he's one of those quarterbacks that he likes to run as much as he possibly can. If the play breaks down and he can't find nobody down the field, he will take off and run. So he's got some good speed on him. He'll definitely make us definitely have to have a spy on him pretty much throughout the game. Davis, there you see Dominic Davis, another runner. Of course, he's a halfback for them, and he has 10 rushing touchdowns this season. His longest run has been 20 yards, and of course, he has not fumbled at all here since, at least from last season. So he's had a pretty good year here. Like I say, he's about several yards shy of getting 700 or getting 1,000 yards for the season. There you see his numbers: great acceleration, great speed. The acceleration really is impressive there, and of course breaking tackles. He can break tackles like no other. Trucking, he's a guy, he's going to put his head down, he's going to go for you. If you get in his way, he's going to make you pay. Spin move, and of course juke is top notch there. Stanford Carey, 6'1", 186 pounds, junior red shirt there. He's one of their top receivers right now. If I'm not mistaken, I think their top receiver is out for the season because of an injury. So he's been taking over here as of late, and he's been putting up some pretty good numbers here for the season, compared to his last year when he played. But 920 yards for so far of the season, 9 touchdowns for him this year. And he is definitely one of those guys that we are kind of been looking at some game film here and kind of targeting someone that we're definitely going to have to watch out for and really put the pads on when it comes to getting those passes there. Of course, I think I might have Zach Melton, Zach Melton, one of our top corners there. He might be the guy that will be assigned to carry in this game. There you see great, both of them have, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Zach might have better acceleration and speed than Carey by maybe 2 or 3 points there. But it's going to be a good matchup between those two. I think, Carey, if he's left open, he's going to take it down the field and he's going to run with it. He's plain simple there. Great route running. He knows what he's doing there when he runs routes. Catching traffic, he has no problem catching the ball and taking a hit. And, of course, carrying there, great job there for him. Jumping is really good. And, of course, his release from defenders is pretty decent there for him. So he is definitely going to be a guy there offensively that we're going for the defense there. They're going to have to really focus on and make sure they can shut down there, especially if we're putting pressure. Of course, if we're not putting pressure on Spencer, then that's Carey's going to be a guy that we're going to have to watch out for. But we got to put pressure on Carey, and I really want to flush him out so we can get some good hits on him in open field. Now, on the defensive side here for USC, these are guys I'm kind of worried about because of the D-line they have. They have a really brutal D-line, especially DBs there at that. And there you see Kerry Saver. His numbers there. Of course, Wallace, you've seen there beforehand, put up some good numbers here. But these two men, they're going to plug up that line there, and they're going to try their damnedest to make sure they can stop and slow down Brandon Walker and Phil Graham there. And of course, Terrell Howell there in the backfield there. So those guys we may have to run on the outside there. I really don't like running on the outside, with the exception of maybe Walker, who does a great job there running on the outside for us. But Graham's not really known for, if you've been following the series, he's not that good in running on the outside there. So running the inside might be one of those things we'll kind of play with, to toy around with for a couple plays. Because really, I don't want these guys to murder Graham. Graham's not that big of a dude. I mean, he's a good-sized guy, but he has not fumbled the ball. He's not a fumbler. But a big game like this, he may end up being against two guys like this who have great power, great finesse, and they can really get themselves around the defensive line. Now, Chad Nunez, their outside end there on the left end, he's another one that we're going to have to watch out for, especially when it comes to the blitzing. He doesn't have that many sacks. He only has a sack and a half, but I was pretty amazed by some of the stats he was putting up in some games there, and he's one of those youngsters, or not, I should say youngsters. He's a senior. He's been around for a while there, but he's been putting up some good numbers ever since his junior year. And he's been a guy that could be a breakout game for him. Really, truly, this could be a breakout game for him. Even though he has not put, and he's a 4-year senior. I mean, or 4-year guy. He's been on this team all 4 years. But he could be a guy that could be bringing some problems and some issues for us on that end there, and maybe end up giving Davis some trouble there. Of course, Joel James has been known that, hey, you may be called on notice if we have to have you come out here and play. And we have not started James since game 1 of the season. I think I think we played him that first drive and then we pulled him out. And was it a season ago when we were on the run to win the championship, the second championship, national championship there. So. Yeah, I mean, this is, the third. Yeah, last year had been the third, because we're going for 4 there. But yeah, that defensive end is going to be a tough guy, and that makes me kind of nervous there. So, I mean, really, the pass and run it's kind of like, what do we kind of just try by error and just kind of see what works and what doesn't. Chad Oliver, of course, was taking a look at the secondaries there, and he's one of those young guys out there, junior red shirt gentleman out there deep in the secondary who could really cause us trouble, especially in that deep passing game there. I want to throw it to Barber so much. Barber is such a guy that has speed on him. We don't get to throw the ball to him too often, but when we do, it's fun and I enjoy it. So if we can have those safeties drop down and get in the box there when passing and stuff like that. But like I said, running game is going to have to be really key for us. So then we can get kind of pass happy. I don't want to get too pass happy. As of late here, when I've been playing just kind of off of doing video, not really doing videos, but just playing for fun, I've been getting a little pass happy here as of late. So, but Chris Shaw, their starting center, is going to be out, and of course Jonathan Howard is going to be out. He's out. He's been out for the majority of the season. So unfortunately, that junior is going to be missing out he's been missing his whole junior year, and will of course miss out in this chance to play in the Pac-12 championship game. So taking on the 10-2 number 9 USC Trojans. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be in San Diego. Definitely stick around here in episode 83 as we try to go for our 4th Pac-12 championship. Yeah, our 4th one. So this will be our 4th chance, and of course, if we win this, we get our ticket punched and go to the national championship game. And that national championship game is in Miami. It's at the Orange Bowl, so we'll get a chance to play there and get a chance to win a championship, our 4th straight BCS Coaches Championship in this series. And of course, that will be the end of this series, and we'll talk more about that coming up in future videos. So but that's it for the preview here in the Pac-12 championship. Like I said, it's gonna be a fun game. Cannot wait. USC played really tough with us last year, and of course towards the end there we kind of ran away with it. I don't know if that's gonna be the case this year. They're of course looking for revenge. There's been talk all week long leading up to this game, and both coaches have been telling both teams to kind of quiet down, keep the rhetoric down some, and just put it all on the field. I know talking to Coach TJ Bonds, he's been saying the same thing, kind of doing the same thing like his dad does. Hey, shut up, don't say nothing to the media, don't leak anything, and just get ready to play. So take all that aggression, that pent up angriness you got for the other team, and take it out on the field. So we'll see what they can do coming up in the next episode. Like I said, episode 83, taking on USC in the Pac-12 championship game. Stay tuned for that. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. I greatly appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. And of course, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. Hit that bell notification also too, so you guys can be notified of this channel and other things that are going on here on the channel. Don't forget also too, if you guys don't know already, I've been announcing it, but I am live streaming on Twitch now. So follow us over at Twitch. definitely follow my Twitter. That will let you guys know when I'm going to be live streaming. Don't really have a set schedule just yet. Mainly right now for the weekend. It's going to be weekends only right now. But I think by the time this video comes out, I should be live streaming around noon or so. So I know a lot of you guys are going back to school or something like that. If you're not, or if you have to be at home because of the weather or whatever, whatever the case may be, however way you can sneak in and follow us on the stream, definitely check out the stream. The link is down below in the description for our Twitch channel. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, keep yourselves really healthy, and I will see you guys next time.